I like this as the opening. Boosh. It's kind of fun. Well, I got the hood off, and I took the front bumper off, which are new things to me. I've never done with this vehicle, never done with this truck. I've never taken the hood off, and looks a little nude, looks a little funny without that stuff on, but it's still very much intact, very much untouched, very much still capable of running in some ways, except that I've taken the radiator out and detached the hoses to that, and more importantly, the electrical heart of the beast is over there on a tender. But here it is, the Z24. What do they call it? NAPS? What is NAPS? North American Power Nissan Motor Company. Spark plug instructions. Tells you intake side and exhaust side. That's better. Get some light on the subject. What are you trying to do here? Anyway. More importantly, need to take a good, long, hard look at this. What do we call it? A power plant? I like that term for an engine. It's the power plant of this locomotive, this crazy machine. With air coming in that side, explosions happening down there, and hot gas coming out that side. I want it to take me across the country, and I want to fuse with it. I want to become one with this goddamn thing. Whew, it's a crazy machine, and I would love to feel really comfortable with this thing taking me and my dog and my beloved 3 goats down the freaking U.S. interstate, which is a really kind of honestly a scary place. And I know it needs a little work before I can feel that way about it. And it's all about the machine and I connecting in some way. Mostly it's about us doing things. It's about me doing things to it, replacing components and understanding and tightening things up. And that will create some kind of harmony that will hopefully allow this thing to cruise down the pavement or asphalt or whatever surface we might venture onto, and continue to cruise and power us through. Right? In layman's terms, I don't want to, in layman's terms, I don't want to break down. I don't want to nod out. I don't want to freak out. I just want to go. And so we must professionally, but not professionally. I doubt myself, and then these words come out and they don't sound very good, but that's okay. Here are my radiator screws. There's my radiator down there with the fan shroud. I think I'm gonna get a new radiator. I don't like it. I don't know, like, it's a good radiator, but I just think it's not leaky now, but I think there's a lot of internal rust going on. I don't know where the rust is coming from, but I'll clean out the intake manifold. I'm gonna possibly do a new header block. I'll clean out as best I can. You know, as far as I'm touching on cooling system shit now, because we're just going into it, okay? The reason this thing has stopped and I decided now's the time, better than never, is because I started burning coolant like crazy. In fact, I don't think it's there anymore, but my muffler was dripping coolant. My muffler was dripping coolant 3 times. My muffler was dripping coolant. Not a good sign. I'm getting a lot of mother effing coolant through my combustion chambers, through the exhaust, which is this side, down and out the muffler. Not a cool thing. I'm glad the muffler has a little drain port on it. That's why mufflers have a little hole on them, a little noisy hole, but it's a good feature to allow coolant and other watery things to drain out so you don't just have a rusty muffler all the time. Still probably gonna have a rusty muffler, but... So, why is there coolant coming out of my muffler? Likely my head gasket. Head gasket. Head. You see that thing? Can you see that, cameraman? That, which runs the length of the engine, all 4 cylinders, and is about yay tall, and then goes that way. They call it the head because it's the head, la cabeza, okay? It sits on top of the block, and it's aluminum. If I could buy a steel head for this thing, I'd think about it. Maybe I should look into that, you know? Why not? Fix that issue. Knock it down. Okay, I'm gonna look into that now that I think about it. Steel, another material for this head would be cool. Not that saying that aluminum's bad, but it's prone to warpage when overheated, and I don't think I overheated this thing, so I'm not even sure why my head gasket has failed, especially considering we're at 126,000 miles, and... Wait, are we even at that? Double check real quick. 123,849. Why did I say 126? We didn't even hit the 250,000 yet, guys. And before I bought this, and I bought it at a little over 105, I want to say, they had already done the head, I believe, twice, successively. Like one after the other, because something happened and they were like, oh, we got to do it again. I don't know. I didn't know that much about these vehicles at that time, but why is this port here? It's just ugly, you know? Is it for another later model? I don't know, but just get it off of there. Come on. You can't create another casting for another 100,000 engines you're going to create? Nissan? Really? Like, why? This is not utilized at all. It's not a through hole, yet you have threaded holes in there? Like, so you're telling me you guys spent the time to thread this casting, but you didn't even utilize it anywhere. I don't know. I don't get it. What is to be done? I need to take off the carburetor and the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold. Obviously, these spark plug wires will come out. We could start doing that for now just for fun, but I'll wait because they're so pretty. Blue. Whenever I open my hood, people are like, oh, blue, and I like that, and I want to continue that. Maybe I'll clean this up so it'll be more blue. Maybe I should paint my brake booster blue. That would be fun. I like color. Anyway. Mother effing engines, man. I don't know. I can rant all day about this thing. But the real brass tacks, and when I have the most fun and feel the best, is when I just start really getting these mitts dirty. I put gloves on, don't worry, I ain't a freak. And I, start tearing it apart. That's exciting. So maybe I should I have this GoPro on now, and I think it would kind of be fun to do some time-lapse footage with it still on mi cabeza. And, start tearing this thing down. And with my dog barking in the background. But you won't hear it. Music will play during a time lapse, which would be fun. Maybe some homemade music by me. I don't know. Anyway, this is me, Logan Gazelle. This is my Nissan 720, built in 1984, released as a 1985, whatever that means. It's me. It's my truck. It's my goat mobile. I've had it for a year and a half, less than. And I want to make it really reliable. And that is mostly right here. Reliability relies upon the power plant of the freaking thing in question, I'd say. Namely, that the head gasket doesn't fail, that the crankshaft continues to turn, that the cylinders continue to fire, and that the oil keeps on circulating. I don't see what else could really be done to make a thing go. Well, you could scrap it all and do a electronical thing, which is kind of a cool idea, but right now, with batteries and all, if I want to keep going down the road at a pretty efficient rate, being able to put good old refined dino juice into the tank is a pretty nice way to keep on chooching. So that's where we're at right now. Check back in a couple of years. Maybe I'll have swapped all of this crazy internal combustion for some kind of even crazier electro wizardry. Let's do this thing, okay?